One of our biggest questions that we get on lines and where we fish Stillwater is, what is better? Floating line with indicator or this Midge Tip? There's only one way to find out, and so we're going to take it up to the mountains and figure it out. It's recording.
It's recording.
How?
That means extra.
So right off the bat, I throw on a dry fly, and I got one right there. Then old Brandon back here has to one-up me with a much prettier fish.
Oh yeah, boy. Check out this guy. Oh my goodness. It's about as pretty as they get.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Cool. Lazing on the last one, missed this set too. Somehow he's catching fish.
Beautiful little brookie. Thanks, mister.
Okay, so I am fishing an indicator rig right now, just a 5-weight floating line, and I even cut down my leader so that most of it's really thin tippet so that I can get down. I'm gauging the water depth here and fishing basically the same type of flies that the other guys who are fishing Midge Tips are fishing. One of the issues that I'm having is I'm not going to see a fish eat this until that indicator goes down. It's kind of a windy day, so I won't see any of those real subtle bites. So for me to be able to see a fish on this indicator rig, he's really going to have to truck that fly and swim off with it before I can set the hook. So I'm still sitting at 0 fish. Call it taking one for the team. Out.
So I'm fishing a 3-fly rig without an indicator on a Midge Tip fly line. The Midge Tip is a floating line with the last bit of it that sinks very, very slowly, so it's like an intermediate tip sinking line. But it helps us get the flies down, helps anchor the flies into the water and anchor the line into the water so that we have a little bit of tension on that sinking portion of the line, or when we're retrieving the flies, we have really good contact. So it's a nice way to fish chronomids or damsels or calabatus, scuds, anything that you might fish out just a little ways and be able to keep in nice contact with them. Do that. This is what we call the swing tip. So I'm holding the rod down at a low angle, but I'm keeping the rod tip just barely off the water, and I'm watching the line that extends from the rod tip to the surface of the water. That little swing tip has a little bit of tension, and when a fish grabs, it'll tighten up real quick, and you'll see a strike usually before you feel a strike. Even when they're really subtle bumps, you'll see that little swing tip tighten up. You can also watch the curves in your fly line as they extend down out towards your flies. Sometimes the slack that's in your fly line will just come tight.
Okay, let's... Really quick. So rudely interrupted was Brandon over here. He was interrupting Lance. Brandon.
What's up?
So Lance is over there trying to help us understand. Brandon's back here catching a fish. Probably gonna have to edit this out.
On the old soft tackle cruncher.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm still at 0.
What's that, Cheech?
Huh?
Still at 0.
He sucks.
Looks like Cheech might have caught one on the indicator rig.
Hey, is Cheech cheating? Is he fishing a Midge Tip now?
Yep. Nice cruddy.
Nice cut. Notice where the indicator is.
He gone.
Indicator gone. So the experiment's mostly over. Strike indicator struck out. I don't think we caught a single fish all day on the indicator. So, Midge Tip one. But I think the bigger thing here is Midge Tip's a good line. That was a moth. Cut, huh? We have noticed with indicators, a lot of times you're going to see, I can see the fish sometimes take it before the indicator moves. Nice thing with the Midge Tip, it's got the braided core line, so you really feel every little bump, every little hit. I'd just say, give that Midge Tip a try. It's a pretty sweet line. Rio makes them. You've got some with airflow, and just expand your still water arsenal a bit. It's a good line to have.
Okay, so we had a lot of different weather conditions, everything from sunny to cloudy to super windy. And the Midge Tip versus indicator war was very disproportionate. We caught all of our fish on Midge Tips and 0 fish on indicators. But anyway, we switched flies quite a bit. Long story short, the Midge Tip is the real deal.